One aircraft came off the line every 4 minutes at peak production. One became the most produced military aircraft in human history, and one dive bomber earned a reputation for terror before it ever dropped a single bomb. This is every major World War II aircraft, ranked by how fast each country could build it. Starting off with the United States, the arsenal of democracy. Consolidated B-24 Liberator, built across 5 separate assembly lines simultaneously between 1940 and 1945. This became America's most produced heavy bomber ever. Roughly 10 aircraft rolled off the line every single day at the program's peak. The Ford Motor Company's Willow Run plant alone turned raw aluminum into finished bombers faster than any factory in history. Republic P-47 Thunderbolt, the heaviest single-engine fighter of the entire war, carried 8 50 caliber machine guns into every dogfight. Over 15,000 were built between 1942 and 1945, averaging more than 14 aircraft per day. Its massive radial engine let it absorb battle damage that would have destroyed lighter fighters instantly. North American P-51 Mustang. This long-range escort fighter finally let American bombers reach Berlin and return home alive. Production ran from 1940 through 1945, delivering over 15,000 aircraft at roughly 8.5 per day. A British-designed engine swap transformed it from a mediocre fighter into the best escort plane of the war. Douglas C-47 Skytrain. This workhorse transport carried paratroopers and cargo across every single theatre of the war simultaneously. Over 16,000 were built between 1936 and 1945, averaging just under 5 aircraft daily. Dwight Eisenhower later called it one of the 4 tools that won the war for the Allies. Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress. Daylight precision bombing over Germany became this aircraft's defining legacy throughout the war's later years. Nearly 13,000 were built from 1936 to 1945, running close to 4 aircraft produced every day. Its reputation for surviving massive battle damage earned it the nickname that stuck for decades afterward. Boeing B-29 Superfortress. The first fully pressurized bomber in history, ended the entire war by delivering both atomic weapons over Japan. Just under 4,000 were built between 1943 and 1946, and nearly 4 aircraft per day despite immense complexity. 4 separate factories worked around the clock just to keep pace with demand. North American B-25 Mitchell. This medium bomber became famous overnight for the Doolittle raid, launched directly from an aircraft carrier deck. Nearly 10,000 were built between 1940 and 1945, averaging over 5 aircraft daily. Its rugged twin-engine design made it a favorite for low-altitude strafing runs across the Pacific. Lockheed P-38 Lightning. This distinctive twin-boom fighter shot down more Japanese aircraft than any other American type in the entire war. Over 10,000 were built between 1941 and 1945, close to 7 aircraft produced each day. Its unique silhouette made it instantly recognizable to both Allied pilots and terrified enemy crews. Curtiss P-40 Warhawk. Famous for the shark-mouthed nose art painted by the Flying Tigers, this became an early war American workhorse fighter. Nearly 14,000 were built between 1939 and 1944, running roughly 7.5 aircraft daily. Its rugged simplicity kept it in frontline service even as newer designs began replacing it. Vought F-4U Corsair. Japanese pilots nicknamed this gull-winged Navy fighter Whistling Death for the sound its wings made in a dive. Over 12,000 were built during the wartime years, averaging more than 11 aircraft daily. Its inverted gull-wing design solved a landing gear problem no other fighter of its size had faced. Next up, the Soviet Union, where sheer volume decided the Eastern Front. Il-2 Sturmovik. This single aircraft became the most produced military plane in the entire history of aviation, armored to survive point-blank ground fire. Over 36,000 were built between 1941 and 1945, averaging nearly 25 aircraft every single day. Soviet troops called it the flying tank, for how much punishment it could absorb and keep flying. Yakovlev Yak-9, the most produced Soviet fighter of the entire war, could carry a 37mm cannon straight through its propeller hub. Nearly 17,000 were built between 1942 and 1945, running over 15 aircraft daily. Its light airframe made it deadly agile against both German fighters and ground targets alike. Lavochkin La-5. This radial engine fighter finally closed the performance gap with German aircraft during the brutal fighting at Stalingrad. Almost 10,000 were built between 1942 and 1944, averaging nearly 14 aircraft per day. Soviet pilots credited it with turning the tide of aerial combat on the Eastern Front. Yakovlev Yak-1. As the founding model of the entire Yak fighter family, this aircraft became the direct ancestor of every later variant built. 8,700 were produced between 1940 and 1944, running just under 6 aircraft daily. Its simple, rugged design set the template Soviet engineers refined for the rest of the war. Lavochkin La-7, a faster, lighter refinement of the earlier La-5, this became one of the best Soviet fighters by the war's final year. Over 5,700 were built between 1944 and 1945, averaging over 14 aircraft daily. Its improved performance let Soviet pilots finally match the newest German fighter designs head-on, Ilyushin Il-4. This long-range Soviet bomber flew both frontline tactical strikes and deep raids, reaching all the way to Berlin. Over 5,000 were built between 1939 and 1944, running roughly 2.5 aircraft daily. Its extended range made it one of the few Soviet aircraft capable of striking targets deep inside Germany. We now turn to the United Kingdom, the island that refused to fall. Supermarine Spitfire. The only British fighter kept in continuous production throughout the entire war, became an instant national symbol during the Battle of Britain. Over 20,000 were built between 1938 and 1945, averaging nearly 8 aircraft daily. Constant redesigns kept it competitive against German fighters all the way to the war's final year. Hawker Hurricane. This aircraft shot down more enemy planes than any other type during the Battle of Britain, despite receiving less historical credit than the Spitfire. Over 14,000 were built between 1937 and 1944, running close to 6 aircraft daily. Its simpler construction meant faster repairs and quicker returns to frontline squadrons. Avro Lancaster. Britain's primary heavy night bomber carried larger bomb loads than almost any other aircraft flying during the war. Over 7,300 were built between 1941 and 1945, averaging just over 5 aircraft daily. Its massive bomb bay made it the platform of choice for Britain's heaviest specialised weapons. Vickers Wellington. A unique geodetic airframe design let this twin-engine bomber survive damage that would have destroyed conventional aircraft structures instantly. Over 11,000 were built between 1936 and 1945, running roughly 3.5 aircraft daily. Crews trusted its resilience even as newer 4-engine bombers began taking over primary strike duties. Handley Page Halifax. As the second of Britain's major 4-engine heavy bombers, this aircraft flew alongside the Lancaster throughout most of the war's campaigns. Over 6,000 were built between 1940 and 1945, averaging just over 3 aircraft daily. Its versatility saw it adapted for glider towing and special operations beyond standard bombing missions. Then comes Germany, a war machine racing against collapsing supply lines. Messerschmitt B F109. This became the most produced fighter aircraft in the entire history of aviation, making up nearly half of Germany's total wartime output alone. Almost 34,000 were built between 1937 and 1945, averaging over 11 aircraft daily. Its continuous redesigns kept it competitive against Allied fighters right up until the war's final collapse. Focke-Wulf FW190. This fighter shocked the Royal Air Force on arrival with superior speed and firepower that immediately outclassed the Spitfire. 20,000 were built between 1941 and 1945, running close to 14 aircraft daily. Its versatility saw it adapted for both air superiority and devastating ground attack missions later in the war. Il-2 Germany's most versatile wartime aircraft, flew missions as a bomber, a night fighter, and a reconnaissance plane depending on need. Over 15,000 were built between 1938 and 1945, averaging 6 aircraft daily. Its adaptable airframe let it fill nearly every combat role the Luftwaffe required throughout the war. Heinkel He-111. As the primary Luftwaffe bomber during the Blitz over London, this aircraft was later relegated to secondary roles once newer types arrived. Over 6,500 were built between 1936 and 1944, running just over 2 aircraft daily. Its distinctive glazed nose made it one of the most recognizable German bombers of the entire war. Junkers Ju-87 Stuka. This dive bomber earned a reputation for pure terror before it ever dropped a single bomb, thanks to its wailing siren. Nearly 4,900 were built between 1936 and 1944, averaging under 2 aircraft daily. Its accuracy in ground attack missions made it a devastating weapon during Germany's early blitzkrieg campaigns. And now, Japan, fighting a production war it could never fully win. Mitsubishi A6M0. This fighter dominated the early Pacific War with exceptional range and maneuverability that stunned Allied pilots on first contact. Nearly 11,000 were built between 1940 and 1945, running roughly 6 aircraft daily. Allied fighter designs eventually caught up, but the Zero's early dominance shaped the entire opening phase of the Pacific War. Nakajima Ki-43 Oscar. As Japan's most produced army fighter of the entire war, this aircraft was prized above all for its extreme agility in close-range dogfights. Nearly 6,000 were built between 1939 and 1945, averaging under 3 aircraft daily. Its lightweight construction traded armor protection for maneuverability that few Allied fighters could match in a turning fight. To close, Italy, the Axis partner that never matched its allies' output. Nakajima Ki-84 Frank. This late-war Japanese fighter was considered a genuine match for the best American aircraft flying at the time. 3,500 were built between 1943 and 1945, running roughly 5.5 aircraft daily. Chronic fuel quality problems and dwindling resources kept it from reaching its true combat potential in the war's final year. Machi C-202 Folgore. Widely regarded as Italy's best wartime fighter, this aircraft still could never match the production volume achieved by its Allied or German counterparts. 1,500 were built between 1941 and 1943, averaging just 2 aircraft daily. Italy's limited industrial base meant even its finest fighter design never reached the scale needed to shift the war's outcome.